non-resident and non-full-time, and they can come down and open their house. We're all open to suggestions with respect to that. But that's a very good point. We want to know, as soon as we install it, that initially it's not leaking, it's fine, you're getting water service and proper pressure, etc. Just kind of, at that point, we know it was installed correctly. It's a challenge if you're not home.
Correct.
Okay.
Some of us will be away for most of the winter. We won't need to be close by. We'll be in Florida. And there's no way we can be here.
Can you designate a neighbor? Can you designate the property manager, authorize them? We can't be not installing services for people that aren't home. We got to install them as we go. So, okay.
Got a question.
Okay.
Got a question regarding that.
Okay.
I just want to get some direction. I'm here most of the year, but I come on weekends. In the summer, I'm here all the time. So I'm here all year, and I'm down a lot on weekends. Now, what I normally do at my house before I leave, in my house, there's a lever, and I just turn the water off into the house. Should I continue to do that? Because I don't want you to run into a problem. I'm 210 miles away, so there would be no way that I can get here to kind of get into the house. Because it's alarmed and everything for a neighbor. I don't even want to designate a neighbor. What would you suggest? Should I continue to do what I do, or should I, like during a period of time, if I know you're going to be working there and I'm down, I just won't turn the water off? What would be your suggestion?
Some of us are far enough away, but close enough that if you let us know, we can be here.
Yeah.
Two things to your point. We're going to need to have running water at the home to verify that the new service is hooked up and everything's okay.
Okay, so it should be left on.
Now, you can't do that with insurance.
No?
They will not pay any bills for you if you leave that on and you're not there.
That's correct.
You cannot leave your water on if you're not going to be there.
Even if it's during the week and I come on the weekend. Because I was just...
I mean, they say if it's over 24 hours, 48 hours or something, they will not pay claims on that.
Okay, because that is an issue.
Okay, so we have a challenge here with respect to the process of verifying your new service hookup initially against any major initial leak. The conditions that need to be in place for that to happen is we need to be able to run water, whether it be in the house or outside the house on a hose bib. Okay, that's the only way that we can verify that. We need to run water. We need to run water through the pipe. So logically, either someone has to be there, the owner has to be there, or the owner's designee has to be there. That's all I can think of at the top of my head. I guess what I would put out to you folks to kind of discuss amongst yourselves how you think the best way to deal with that is. Because as we put main in service and we come through homes, we're going to do one after the other. We can't stop this home, not do this home, come back 6 months later. We got to coordinate that someone is available to run water when it's that time to install that service.
Well, that's all notification.
Exactly.
That's what this all is.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And putting it on a Facebook page or the website doesn't cut it. It needs to be an individual email or an email.
Okay.
Yeah, what did you do at Aspen Meadows?
I think, or a telephone chat.
Aspen Meadows, we didn't do new services. We just did fire hydrant.
I think one of the easy things, and listening and having some experience in this, we all probably, the people that are away for 6 months at a time, you're turning your individual valve that's either underneath your piece of skirting or maybe it's in your water closet. Is that correct?
Yeah, but you use Freon too, John.
Pardon?
You use Freon. I put that in all my, everything, drains, every drain, get that. How am I supposed to get that back on? Nobody's gonna do that in my house.
Okay. So if they don't run anything other than your faucet, but you mark either your closet with a piece of
But you can't do that, John, because when you shut off, who knows what lungs are gonna come around to my house? In the wintertime, I can't have any water going through my pipe, then come in, turn it on, turn it off, and then guess what? If that's not all drained out, then they all break, and then it's a crapshoot.
You're shutting.
Yeah, but Dad, she's saying that she has her pipes professionally winterized.
That's right.
So that while she's gone, she doesn't have them broke pipes. So if someone turns water on, it cancels the winterization that has happened, and she could wind up having broken pipes again.
Right, we drain everything out.
And then it will break.
Excuse me, folks, I think I have a solution.
Okay.
What we'll do is when we run the customer side line from the meter pit to the house, we'll do our connection at the meter pit, which will give us water at the meter pit. We'll run the tubing to the house, we'll flush out, we'll blow the air out of the tubing at that point, then we'll tie into the house. That connection will be pressurized with static water pressure. We won't run any more water at that point. That way we don't mess up those drains like you're talking about. That's a good
I
idea.
understand it.
So you won't have to
Explain it to
turn
me
on
later.
our...
No, now, we won't, putting water into these houses in the winter could be a bad idea, so we'll flush it from outside, connect it, test it with system pressure. At that point, we won't do anything to touch that.
So if we have it winterized, and they...
Yes. You don't want to pay that guy to come out and rewind that.
That's right.
So if we turn off the hot water,
So you turn off wherever you normally turn it off,
The main.
and we won't touch anything inside the house. No hose bibs, nothing.
so it's okay to do that.
Yes.
You'll be able to check.
Well, when we put the last coupling on at the house, we'll turn the water back on at the meter. It's not going to enter your house, it's going to stop wherever your shut-off valve is, and that'll be it. No running water.
Yes, sir.
Okay, on a construction note, being fortunate enough to live on the luckiest block in all of Camelot, that is going to have Ninth Street, which is going to have pipe run in the front and pipe run in the back. That's trenching indicated by the blue lines, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I get the double whammy and I count my blessings, et cetera, et cetera. Now tell me, how does the service line get across the road? Is that snaked under the road or is that, so,
So you're between Knight and Palace?
yeah.
No,
No.
he's on Ninth Street, but there's houses on both sides of the street.
Oh, okay.
So are you going under Ninth Street to get from the up to the
Yes.
main?
Yes.
So is that a trench again?
No.
Okay, that's snaked under.
Yes, correct.
And behind us it'll be snaked under.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Generally
correct.
speaking,
Yes. Sir? Yes. Yeah, that's the small black service line. That'll be drilled. Yeah.
Are we in?
So I,
I'm missing you too. I got you next. You do.
So I just want to clarify for recording purposes. You guys said you need to be able to test the water to make sure that there's no leaks. When you do what you said, by connecting the coupling and flushing it and pressurizing the line, that is doing that test that you need to do.
Yes.
So homeowners who winterize can go ahead and winterize, and when they come back and turn their water on, it should be like there was never any work done because you verified everything on your end already by doing it the way you're going to do it.
Correct. What I'm looking to do is expel the air that's in that
Correct.
pipe, so you don't get a big thing.
And any sediment that might have come through or anything like that, you're gonna take care of that so that when they come back, there shouldn't be any issues and they can just turn their water back on.
I'll get about 96% of the air out.
Okay.
There'll still be a little slug of air.
Right, which they normally get anyway, because it's full freon anyhow, so, okay. I just wanted to verify that.
But we do need to have the water run at that time.
I'm gonna run the service line, then we'll put the can at the house.
And that's good.
We won't run the water in the house.
Well, I think we don't need to.
No.
Because I'll have 60 pounds as connection when we're done.
Okay.
We know we're in good shape.
I have a question on that connection. Will there be a service box for future use to get to that connection that you're gonna make, or is that something that's gonna have to be dug up?
Yeah, they'll be buried.
That'll be buried.
All right, so before I get to these questions, what Steve is telling me, and that's what Steve has, he works for a living versus me. He said that even with your water turned off, we would pressurize that line, which would include the connection point to your existing line, and we can identify at that point whether there's gonna be leaks. So you jump in if I'm not
Yes,
stating that correctly.
that's correct.
So that we do not need for someone to be home to run the water to verify that that connection is sound. The new service line is sound. Because the pressurized water in the line would start squirting out if there was a problem. Continue that, there will be a small amount of air though that's trapped in there that will not come out
Very small now.
until someone runs a faucet inside. And we're saying that does not present a problem.
No.
But you have that anyway when you shut your water off.
Correct.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Now, how does that affect people that winterize their system professionally?
Well, we won't be running any water inside the house, therefore we won't disturb the antifreeze that's in the traps or in the lines themselves.
And that's only if they have the house shut off?
They've got to have the house shut off, yes.
Okay, so it's imperative that you guys house shut off. You do that anyway if you're having your service professional.
Correct.
I think we should come up with some kind of a marker on your house or at your service door, so as they're going down the streets,
Yes.
they don't have to wait 20 minutes for communication. If you can take a piece of duct tape or something.
I'll figure something out.
Flag.
That's a great idea.
So
Right.
we'll put a flag, we'll put a little flag to mark where the tying point is, for that, by your home, and then you guys can then leave that there or mark it in any other way you see.
And the suggestion was that the residents could leave some type of indication if they do have their home winterized.
So you know.
So you know when you come in the street. You'll be able to look at the siding, where the hand valve is. If you wanted to take the siding off, there'll be something that Mark's gonna come up indicating to you that that's a house that's already winterized.
Right.
With a flag, and just like slice it, cut it in half or something.
We'll figure something
Yeah,
out.
you don't want anything visible because then everybody will know who's winterized their home and not there. It'll have to be communicated through Mark. Yeah.
Let me get him and then you.
My question was, when, the only places that should be dug up is where the meter goes in, right next to the house where you tie in. The line from the meter to the house will be snaked under the ground by machinery so that
Correct.
it's not trenched.
Correct.
How does that work?
And that's gonna be one of my things, is try to, I know you guys are worried about it, but they trench everything underground, it's shot by a machine that doesn't arc and shoots the pipe up, and they're usually pretty accurate, and they can pretty much come up in any hole they want to. When you guys have your unit shut off, they're not doing anything to your unit. They're not even responsible for the inside of your unit. They're not responsible from your shut-off valve into the unit. So even if you were home or not home, but the water was on, they're just gonna shut the water off to the unit, they're gonna hook their connection up, they're gonna do their flow check before they connect back, and then they'll reconnect it. If your unit's not off, the water's just gonna sit there. If you have a leak inside, they'll see that happen because they'll start seeing the meter read when they're connected and they shouldn't have any flow.
Right, the meter's got a little dial on it. If
Right.
it keeps running, we'll shut it off.
Right, so if you're not home and the shut-off valve is working correctly and nothing happened between them disconnecting and reconnecting, there's only gonna be water to your shut-off valve again. Nothing is ever gonna be any different. When you come back, there's gonna be no disruption in what you're used to doing. The only thing that could possibly happen is if something burst or whatever, because when the water got turned back on, but if most of your units are up to date or whatever, that's probably not gonna happen. There's not gonna be any huge burst of flow of water. It's no different than anything else from when it's shut off the original, the way you've been doing it. So you shouldn't really have any disruption in what you're doing. The biggest thing is going to be is the landscaping. If you have a lot of landscaping, we're going to need to dig a hole.
Yes.
Just want to clear, you want us to label where our shut-off valve is now, duct tape or whatever. So,
I would say,
no, not the one on the ground in the green box.
No.
I'm talking about the one at the house.
no, they're not going to be accessing anyone's homes under your home. It's only going to be right outside your home. So what I would be considering what would be the best idea for marker.
But isn't that at where the shut-off valve is?
No, they're going to be outside your home where the current service line enters under your existing home.
They're going to be a
not
couple feet
actually
away from your home.
Yeah, no, he's asking, do you want the house people to mark it now so that you'll know where it is?
It would help.
That'd be very helpful.
What I'm gonna suggest